Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Today is going to be a day in the life of what I eat on game day. Today's Friday, the 21st? The 21st. So it's Friday the 21st. We have a game tonight, night series quarterfinal. Very excited for it. We're all super stoked. We had training last night. So I'm going to show you today what I eat throughout the day and then give you a little bit of a insight into growing up with Noah at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. It's a little, I don't know, little opening up for the channel, and we'll go from there. So straight into breakfast. Let's get it. Good morning. Okay, so that is our house peeing. I don't know why it does this. We're gonna redo this scene, okay? All right, good morning. I am just gonna show you what breakfast is really quick and then get to it. So regular, 4 eggs, a little bit of tomato sauce or ketchup, and then 3 of the little rice cake things. I know this will probably end up in almost every video because I eat it for every breakfast, but that's exciting. Really excited to eat that because I'm starving. The second thing is lots of liquid. Today is a game day, which means I will be probably consuming about my body weight in fluid ounces of liquid of some sort. This happens to be a little bit of an electrolyte solution plus the little cell food, and that's trace, it's just trace mineral drops. So you got 8 little drops of that in here, and then a little bit of BCAAs that have a little bit of electrolytes and a little bit of caffeine in, what is this, 24 ounces of water. So probably 5, 6, 7, probably 7-ish of these even before the game, especially because we're playing in Australian heat, which is super warm. At kickoff today, I think it's supposed to be roughly 75. I'll have to check on that and I'll get back to you. But that's for breakfast. Really easy on the stomach for me, really great to start the morning with some protein and a little bit of carbs, and we'll get on from there. What else has to happen? Video editing, which is great. And then watching some of the Champions League, which if you haven't seen it, go see it. Some pretty fantastic games. So food for the day is gonna be a meal now at 7, a meal at 11, a meal at 2, and then like a pregame smoothie probably right around 3:30 or 4. We play at 6:30. Kickoff is at 6:30. So that's sort of the layout for today. And yeah, eggs for breakfast. Here we go. Hey, so really quick, I wanted to give you an idea of the hydration that I have. I guess this kind of goes along with the food vlog. So this is not a paid promotion or anything, but this is called HydraSafe. It's a company that's run by a gentleman that actually works in the club that I play for. And it's really great, really low carb, low sugar, or 0 sugar actually. And it's a great way to hydrate before the game. So I'll actually have probably about 50 ounces or so of this stuff prior to the game, slowly over the course of the next 5 to 6 hours. It's 10:40 right now. I'm gonna start cooking my first lunch in a little bit, but the hydration pre-game is super, super important for me. Otherwise I feel fatigued halfway through. It like makes all the difference to make sure I'm drinking lots of water. So already I've had 24 fluid ounces in the morning that you saw beforehand. I've had another 24 fluid ounces just of straight water, and then this is my third one. So that's 72, quick math. Yeah, okay, not a math major, clearly. So yeah, really, really important for keeping the muscles hydrated, and let's get into some cooking. I'm hungry. So, little bit of a intermission in the cooking. I just want to make a really good point. One of the classes that I took in college was called Nutrition and Health, and it was a really great class for learning little nuanced things during cooking and obviously nutritional advice and all that stuff that you can do to improve just day-to-day life. Obviously, we were college students at the time, had a very low budget, so it was things that we could do with the food that we would normally buy, but that could make it a little bit healthier. One of the things is actually cooking. So cooking and thinking about the food that you're gonna eat actually starts to stimulate the enzymes in your stomach and your GI tract so that it's much easier to digest your food, and you get the nutritional value from the food that you're eating. So if you take a little bit of time, cook your food. Obviously some people don't have 30 minutes to cook their food every day, so that's why meal prepping is great. But start to think about it. It's almost like a meditation. Start to think about the food that you're gonna eat is a great way to make it digest faster. And I've actually had great success with it, especially pre-game, because I don't like to go into a game super full. In fact, at the end of a game, I'm usually super hungry, and that's a really good thing for me. It means that I ate just about the correct amount of food so that I have the energy to perform in a game, but it's not over so that I feel like I'm gonna throw up or I feel heavy or any other feeling, I guess, that I could have. So spend time, cook your food, think about the food that you're gonna eat, and it will pay off in dividends, I promise. Also, cut your garlic and leave it out for 10 minutes to release all the antioxidants in it. Fun fact. So for lunch, we have a little bit of rice, a little bit of sausage, and then I'm gonna put some lettuce in here, a little bit of low sugar barbecue sauce for a little bit of flavor, some salt, and shake it up. Very hungry, so I'm gonna eat. Talk to you guys soon. Hello, back outside. There's something that I wanted to just kind of open up about and be super transparent about. This is obviously a day in the life of my eating habits during game day. Something that I've struggled actually a lot with in the last several years has been both body image and binge eating. It's kind of interesting because I guess the perception that I have of others as they see me is somebody who's obviously very driven, very athletic, and yada yada yada, but that's something internally that I've struggled with a ton, and I just wanted to open up about that. And I think it's really important to be not only open, but also make sure you guys understand where I'm coming from. So a lot of the reasons why I do the things I do with the eating habits that I have are because I've struggled through that sort of mentality, I guess. And I wrote down a few things that I think could be super helpful if you also struggle with that kind of thing. It's really, really important to try and work through it, obviously, because it's not a healthy habit to have, but it is something that's pretty normal, and I know several people who do suffer from that as well. So the first thing is get help if you can. So see a counselor, a therapist, somebody who you can talk to and can help you work through that kind of thing. The second thing, and again, these are things that worked for me, or I presume would work if I haven't done them before, The second thing is meal prep like a bodybuilder. So portion size and rationing your food. That's been super helpful for me because all I do is, okay, it's that time of the day to eat again, or I'm a little bit hungry. I pull out a Tupperware and that's it, and then we go on with the rest of the day. It becomes more of a chore, which I know is like an unromantic way of thinking about food, but that's kind of how I think about it sometimes. The third thing is brush your teeth or chew gum right after your meal. That can be a really, really helpful way of sort of getting over those cravings. And a lot of, like, from my perspective, a lot of where mine came from was either a feeling of insecurity, anxiety, and not crippling anxiety of any sort, but just like I was afraid of something. One of my worst fears in life is not being able to move and function and run around. And so some of the injuries that I've had have forced me to stay on the couch or in the house or whatever, and I'm not able to move fully functioning. And those are times where I'll have binge eating episodes because I'm like so stressed out that I can't move, and that's something that is absolutely terrifying to me. So that's like one of my triggers basically. But brush your teeth or chew gum right after. The fourth thing, reconstruct food as fuel as opposed to enjoyment or something else. I know it's unromantic, it's whatever, but find other outlets for that anxiety or that nervousness or whatever triggers you to eat. And again, I'm speaking sort of as a way to open up rather than like lots of you have this, because I guarantee not everybody has suffered through this kind of thing. But it can be really, I don't know, it's like, it's tough because it's, at least for me, it was an insecurity, but then it becomes something you're shameful of, and it also becomes something you try to hide from other people. And I'm like sweating talking about it a little bit because it's like, I don't know, it's trying to be vulnerable, and that's not something, especially when it has to do with athletic performance, and it's something that's so crucial to my life as an athlete that I've had to work through and still sometimes struggle with, like on a day-to-day basis. So that's something that I think if you're able to glean anything from what I do in the kitchen, on the field, in the gym, whatever, like all of that has built out of this sort of self-improvement work. The final thing is, just at a base level, financially it can become a problem. Like if you eat a ton of food, more than like your normal ration, whatever it is for you, like maybe it's budgeting your monthly food expenses to help you like gently portion like what you're gonna eat. So you have to say, okay, I have $200 a month for food, and go to the grocery store and I pre-cook everything once a week on Sundays, and I have meals for the rest of the week. Okay, cool, that's what I'm gonna do. I get one night out a week with friends that I gotta go out to eat, etc. These are all things that have really helped me. So again, I'm not a professional at this. I've had professional help for this, and these are just some of the things that I've learned. So the biggest things, restructuring it in your mind, using food as fuel and using it as a means to your energy, as opposed to a means to stress release. So if you can do yoga or stretch or exercise or read a book or talk to a friend, those can be some like really helpful outlets. So hopefully this little bit, I know it's probably 5 or 6 minutes long at this point, but I just wanted to open up about that because that's something that isn't easy for a lot of people to get over, and it really wasn't for me. I still have moments where I'm like, oh my God, I feel this like uncontrollable urge to like eat food, and it's great, but it's also not good because I feel like shit afterwards. So make that what you will, but yeah, I don't know. If you have any questions, anybody watching, I'm happy to share about it. Obviously it's on the internet now, so happy to open up about it in a one-on-one conversation. But if you do need help, reach out to a friend, and you know, it's not a big deal, but it's also a big deal because it can be crippling for some people, and that's really really hard. And I've been to those places before, and that sucks. So yeah, hopefully I can help by sharing it, and if you need help, let me know. And yeah, just get the help you need and eat healthy. So today's second lunch, first dinner, whatever you want to call it, is Tupperware, just because it's easy to shake up. I got some rice in here, some chicken, lightly seasoned, and then some veggies. And I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic salt on it, maybe a little bit of barbecue sauce, and that's it. And then I'll have a smoothie. So it's 45 past 1 or quarter to 2, depending on what you like to say. And gonna have this now, and then have the smoothie probably right around 3:30, right before I leave for the game. So gonna watch a little bit of the Wolverhampton-Espanyol game, which I'm stoked about because Wolves did very well. I'm impressed by the way they play. So good study sesh, good food, and then we'll get pregame stuff going. How's it going, guys? So just got all set up for the game. Not going to talk much right now because I have to get focused, but just had a smoothie, and I'll explain after the game what was in everything. But yeah, I'll touch base with you guys after the game. Smoothies, a PSA. Number 1, they're delicious. If it's not, it's because you put something in there that wasn't supposed to be in there. Not good. Number 2, they're nutritious. Everything in this smoothie is really, really good for my body. Number 3, they're fun to drink. End of PSA. Have a nice day. Drink more smoothies. How's it going, guys? So we just got back from the game, won 1-0, which is awesome. We're into the semifinal next weekend. For a post game, I had a little bit of a smoothie. So this is just, Dante and I split this, just protein powder, a little bit of fruit and some water, and then we're gonna have, I'm making a little bit of sausage for dinner. So sausage for the both of us. And then once this water is boiled, I'm gonna get some gnocchi going. So lots of carbs, lots of protein, good healthy fats for when, for recovery and stuff. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. So that's the end of the video, basically. Hope you enjoyed the food that I ate today. Really easy recipes, and they're really great for performance. I felt awesome during the game. And as I said before, I was a little hungry when I finished the game, which is perfect. Had a ton of energy, ran a lot, and yeah, it was a good day of eating. So really excited for sleep right now. I'm exhausted, and we'll see you guys in the next video.